The first time I introduced Nuts and Cheeto, I thought, closely watch them. I'm ready to take the cat if anything happens. Not too often you see a squirrel and a cat playing together. Hey, what do you think? But Cheeto started to lick his fur like he was one of his siblings. Cheeto will clean your face. And Nuts had this look on his face like, what are you doing, buddy? Are you trying to eat me? Be soft, be soft. And they didn't care one was a squirrel and one was a cat.
You like that fluffy tail? You like, play with me.
That is the cutest thing ever. Oh my goodness. Nuts would play with him and snuggle with him. What are you doing? What are you doing? At that moment, I thought, is this relationship going to be something that lives on forever? But honestly, I couldn't imagine myself in that situation because I've never been a cat person. I've always had big dogs, actually. So I always thought people who like cats were a little bit strange. But about 2 months ago, I just started watching videos about cats. I'm like, man, they look really fun. I said to my wife, I kind of think we should get a cat. And she's like, no way. And I said, okay, I'll make you a promise. This is my cat. I will be 100% responsible. And so we found a local breeder here and went to go meet Cheeto, and I instantly fell in love. And so now I'm a cat person. We already had a dog at home, Ruger. He's like an old man. So I was worried about how Cheeto would react because he was only 9 weeks old at the time. When I first introduced them, Ruger just kind of ignored him. But Cheeto, he was a little bit more curious. Ruger, look, there's Cheeto. He wasn't very scared, but he was still a little bit cautious. So they just sniffed each other and then ignored each other probably for a week or two. Ruger, go lay down. Ruger. So we put Ruger away in his bedroom, and Cheeto kind of hangs out with us. But Cheeto was actually the one who made the first move. He started to drink from Ruger's water bowl. While Ruger was eating, Cheeto walked up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going right up to him. And of course, Ruger did not react, and Cheeto felt comfortable. He never made any quick movements, or he never barked at him. Hey, Cheeto. Cheeto! Have you seen him? And then one night, I couldn't find Cheeto anywhere. My wife said, I don't know, maybe he's in with Ruger. I'm like, there's no way. What are you trying to do, bite that thing off of Ruger's neck? So I went and looked inside, and there was little Cheeto, just snuggled up with Ruger. Oh, it was so cute. He was just sitting there. Oh my goodness. He's in here with Ruger sleeping behind him. He's not enjoying this. Cheeto. And from that moment on, I'd see their relationship slowly getting better. And he actually starts to groom Ruger. So he'll lick him, lick in his ear, lick his paws. So they were very, very comfortable with one another. They're becoming really, really good buddies. Oh my goodness. Oh. And then, when I thought our family was complete, Nuts came into our lives. So we were taking Ruger on a walk, and then I looked down on the ground, and there was this little tiny squirrel, and it was shaking, and it looked so afraid, and it was staring at me. And I said, hey, little guy, come here. And he jumped right into my hand. Well, a squirrel just walked into my hand. And it hopped right into my pocket, and it curled up. I felt like Nuts chose me to be his new dad. Yep, that's a squirrel in my pocket. I actually went back the next day to see if I could see any squirrels. Sadly, there were none. I went online and I researched how can I rehabilitate and raise this squirrel. I'm so hungry. I was very worried that he wouldn't make it. He was probably about 4 to 6 weeks old. So he was still very reliant upon his mother's milk. So the suggestion was to get puppy milk. Every day I would make the milk and then I'd put it by his mouth and he just grabbed it with his hands. And I bought him a hamster home. It was pretty funny because he learned very quickly to go up and down the tube.
Is it a house, huh? Is it a house?
He would come to my hands, let me hold him, curl up in my arms. I said, "You're going to be my squirrel son, and I'm going to do the best I can to raise you."
Hey, buddy, little body.
And then Cheeto was honestly the first one to accept nuts. It was very surprising to me. From the first day, they instantly connected with one another. It took maybe about a few days, really. At night, Cheeto would just sit by Nuts' house and just stare and touch it with his feet like he wanted to play. He would sit there sometimes for an hour and just lay right next to him. They're about the same age, about 9, 10 weeks old. He's having a good old time. Look at him. What happens next? Well, they'd chase each other a little bit. Their favorite thing was just to play with one another. So I think that was the moment when I knew that they really liked one another. Cheeto actually kind of starts to put his face and nose into Nuts' belly.
You just want to clean your face? That's what you're going to do right now?
He has such a kind, friendly personality. He actually started to groom Nuts, started to lick his fur like he was one of his siblings. And Nuts would just kind of play with him and snuggle with him and want to be really close to him. He always wanted to be by him. So every day when I would feed Nuts his milk, Cheeto would jump up right next to him. And somehow our cat, who was obsessed with our dog, became obsessed with our squirrel. But I think the most funny moment between Nuts and Cheeto was when Nuts is really kind of getting in Cheeto's personal space. Maybe he thought it was his mother. He was going to find some milk. And there's this look on Cheeto's face where he's like, "What's going on?" He kind of moved him with his paw because he's like, "Okay, that's off limits, buddy. Let's just play." And I've never seen Cheeto more happy than with Nuts.
Oh no, here comes Big Brother.
They didn't care that they were a different species. They both loved to play and snuggle. But for now, I wanted to make sure that Nuts wasn't domesticated. I didn't want him to live in my home. I wanted him to be wild. So I made his little house, put it in the tree, and I say, "Okay, here you go, buddy. This is your new home."
You afraid of heights? Hi.
And he just jumped in it, and I was just like, okay, I think he likes it.
Where are you, Nuts? You want an almond? You want an almond? Okay, see ya.
I would put him outside in his home for 2 to 3 hours every day so he could get acclimated to the smells and the sounds, and then I'd bring him home inside at night. You can see the hole, you can climb back in there. Oh, don't fall. It was about 2 weeks where he didn't want to come back to me to go inside his hamster home. He wanted to stay. So now Nuts is full-time outside. You know, he loves being outside.
Nuts, you were going high, buddy.
It was bittersweet, honestly. Like, it was like sending your kids off to college. One side of me says, I want to just keep you in my house forever. But then the other side is, no, you got to go live your life.
Peekaboo! I see you.
So maybe just a week ago, I was very curious if what would happen if I reunited them. I got Nuts and he jumped onto my shoulder and I went inside and Cheeto was just laying down with Ruger taking a nap. And I said, hey, Cheeto, here's Nuts. And they were kind of looking at each other. I grabbed Nuts and I put him down. He quickly just jumped back on to my shoulder. So I don't know if he was startled or surprised.
Hi, Nuts. You gonna climb up my leg? Don't go in there. Don't go in there.
I knew at that moment that it's just best that Nuts and Cheeto, we have the memories. Would have been nice if they saw each other and, oh, my brother, I missed you.
What do you think? I think he's super excited.
But the long-term plan, it's a lot better that they're separated now.
Yeah, you got a 2-bedroom apartment.
More of the wild instincts in Nuts has kicked in, which is great. That's what I want, right?
The whole world is yours to explore.
I think it was very important at the time of their life where they bonded. They have this moment where they needed each other.
You want to play so bad.
When it was time for Nuts to go, Cheeto and Ruger, they had already connected. It was just all perfect timing. I couldn't have planned it any better. For now, Nuts' place is to live outside in the trees, and with all the other, hopefully he'll find a girlfriend and have a family. It all worked out the way that Mother Nature planned it to work.